Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Buildmonger, and welcome to a brand new series. Today we are on a new server. This is Underplayed SMP. The goal is to have a nice little community with a bunch of cool people and just in general have fun with other people. And it sounds a lot like another server I'm a part of. I know, guys, I am part of the Waystone SMP, and I still will be. I am still a part of Waystone. So don't worry about that. You will still get your Waystone content. The Waystone members will still see me on the server. And yeah, it's all gonna be good. However, I wanted to join the server mostly because two reasons. One is it's just starting out, and to be honest, I like doing the early game kind of burst of activity that is Minecraft. Although I will play after that. There is another reason, and once I get on my boat, I can actually show you. Man, the lag here is seriously real. We got this desert temple, which has a bunch of, it really feels like a rustic temple in a way. You can buy spawn eggs with player heads, which you can find in dungeons, which is sort of cool. And you can see this is not a block that we have in vanilla. But whatever, I'll get to that. I've come here actually because of that. We are in the Mesa biome, which is actually right nearby, and I am about to start hollowing out some orange clay for a build. And you might be wondering why I want orange clay. Is it for like red sandstone, or like mixing stuff with red sandstone? Is that for like that tropical blue and orange block that nobody likes? No. And the reason I'm mining this orange terracotta is actually because we have something else on the server. Right here. Let me show you what that is while I continue mining this wonderful orange block. Okay, that's not a good place to go. Welcome to my study, you guys. Now, this doesn't look like vanilla Minecraft at all, now does it? We got plenty of blocks that just don't exist in vanilla Minecraft. We got this like wood block that you saw earlier, and it has a completely different texture in the hand. We got this brick block, which also has the same texture in the hand. We got some Tudor style blocks, and we got a completely different color of wool that turns into another color of wool when you actually do this. Well, let me break out of this, and I can show you exactly what this is. I have been trying out a few of the blocks, just here and there. So let me show you. Now these are, if you haven't guessed by now, these are all of the 1.12 terracotta blocks up here. And they look quite different. They are all very different. Let me show you a few of my favorites here. Now, essentially, we have this lovely connecting Tudor block right here, right? But we sort of want just to mix this wall up a little bit. Well, guess what you can do? You can just create little Tudor designs by sticking these in different directions like so. And we got a little bit of a Tudor wall. And the reason this works is because glazed terracotta blocks have 4 different directional orientations. What this guy did. And by the way, this guy is another YouTuber. His name is Germsy Boy. And he has there are a few relics from his like general texture pack in this mod pack, such as diorite, polished diorite being called diorite bricks. It's a little bit odd. But if you look at what is offered by these blocks right here, you can see each one has 4 different textures. And I just want to touch on a few that I really like. For one, we got the regular brick block, the red brick block. Now this is going to be useless to most of the people on this server, because they already have this texture. And I assume the whole reason this was added was because Germsy in his normal texture pack uses a different texture for the actual brick block. But I'm using the new default textures, so I have two very similar brick textures that I can mix with. In addition, I've got a much more faded brick texture, which I think works really well. This block right here, my friends. I'm just trying to figure out which way to face to place it. Whatever. It's a good block. I'm failing immeasurably. This is like a cracked tile, and I can find this very useful for like really poor modern builds in a really neat way. Coming over here, all four of these textures are things I love. I love them all. This one especially, because it's sort of like just like a brick variant, but it's got like cobblestone texture instead, and I think that looks really cool. Got kind of a tan concrete block and two different types of wood. That really works. The other block that I want to show you is that we have something I've been asking for in the game for a long time. There's one of these. We have thatch. Oh man, this is going to be super fun to play around with for roofs and stuff like that. But of course, all of these require different types of terracotta. Oh yeah, and this wool. I forgot to mention, there are 4 new wool colors, which personally I can't be too bothered with because I don't use the texture of wool very often, but these are good for like flags and banners and stuff, which are a really unique use. So yeah, I do need some clay if I'm ever going to use these blocks. So let's get back in world. So I've done my mining, and this here roofed forest is where I'm going to be settling in. Alright, so essentially I have just been sort of working on building up supports for this lovely little village. What direction am I facing? Alright, west. So I need to be facing south to place these, I believe. So that is sort of a thing. Now, a lot of people build roof forest villages where essentially you kind of want to try and just build like normal medieval houses in the roof forest, and I like that. The problem is with that though is, well, if you do it that way, you kind of have to worry about re-landscaping the whole place. And I am going to do landscaping here, but I want like the trees to feel kind of authentic. So my plan is to sort of sandwich this whole build in between the trees, and I can't actually get up there. I am building with the wall blocks, the tan concrete version of the wall blocks, because I think they look really cool and a nice contrast with the rest of them. Although sometimes this happens, where you can just forget how to place these. Alright, this is going to be kind of a hard one to tackle. Yeah, because that stuff happens. You think you're in the right direction, but it turns out you're not. But whatever, I do think that looks good. I'm going to need a bit more oak to kind of differentiate that texture. But yeah, the idea is to use kind of the trees as pillars for like an organic shape, which I think works really well. So I've been doing quite a bit of work, guys. Quite a bit of work. Man, this is turning out so well. I love it. I love it. So we used the special wood terracotta planks for the floor. Yep, the sun is setting. I need to check that out. But I think that looks really good. Sort of Hobbit-ish. The lore of this area, I feel, is sort of that these people are Hobbit-like creatures who don't really know how to rebuild their settlement. Like, I don't know how they built it in the first place. Maybe, like, they just lost that information. But it's sort of like they have inhabited the settlement and have no idea how to rebuild it. Either way, I think this looks really cool. We have the wooden floors. We also have little roof beams and stuff, which I think those just add a lot of like interest because it makes it look like there was a roof, but there isn't anymore, which kind of makes it excusable that I don't have a roof. So that's always nice. I don't feel like I can actually put a roof in these trees. I feel like it would ruin the aesthetic, honestly. The exterior might look a lot better with it, but I still think the interior and the atmosphere in general sort of needs there to not be any roof. Anyway, if you come outside, guys, we have a bit of a pathway. I made it using grass path blocks, coarse dirt, and the stone decoration that looks like a cracked tile. By the way, I think this was like stolen from the old chisel from 1.710. I might be wrong about that, but whatever. And I think the cracked tile really makes a good pathway block in this rustic thing. I mean, the coarse dirt and path make it look like it's been traveled a lot, but the tile just makes it look like there was a sort of pathway here before. And then, like, they just walked all over it, and it kind of got covered up with plants and dirt. But overall, guys, I think it looks really, really cool. So, yeah, I don't know, I really like it. Look at that dusty temple in the distance. This, like, feels like something out of, like, Aladdin. Like, just the fog. I don't know. It looks nice, but we're actually over here at the desert temple to kick off the episode with something I did on Waystone, and something I typically try to do a derivative of on any vanilla server I play on, and that is opening the Buildmonger build shop. So essentially, I am going to need 3 sugarcane from over here. That should be incredibly easy because there is so much sugarcane. But whatever. The reason we're here. By the way, did I mention this? There's a guy here that sells spawn eggs, and you can like buy these structure voids, which you can then take to make spawn eggs. And I think the structure voids are useless without the blocks, so it should be fine. Now I can make a little bit of paper, and that will allow me to start the process of making this orders book, which will allow us to start taking orders. Now, I'm not building a shop yet, because I believe a member of the server Offplay actually does have plans for how we're going to build shops that we just don't know about. So we're going to wait. But we have top shelves farm store, some horse armor, and magma blocks, and none of these are actually in shops. So yeah, let me get this all situated and I'll come back to you. And we have now completed the book in the orders chest. I have put it with the other shops right over here. Buildmonger build shop, orders and payment, and you can check this out right here. Basic instructions in the book. And yeah, other than that, we are pretty much good to go, and that will be the end of the episode. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you did not, give me some constructive criticism in the comments, and if you really enjoyed the video, make sure to smack that notification bell to be notified when other videos come out in the future. Anyway, I'm the Buildmonger, and I shall see you in another video down the road. Peace.